Hello, welcome to the Spider's Web. I've decided I'm going to do today the wereboar. I've decided I'm going to give this fella a name. His name is Romeo. Go on, have you sussed it? Romeo, Romeo, wereboar art thou Romeo. Never mind. Okay, so for the flesh tones I'm going to be using, oops, I'm going to give you a look. It's vermin brown, if I've blooming got any in here anyway. I've got some, not much, so let's get on with it then. So for flesh tones it's vermin brown. To find out what the new version of this is and get some more by the look of it. It's not looking good on the inside of this pot. It's quite thick, gloopy. I'm going to use a little bit of water on it. Fill it all, not fill it all, try and cover all the skin. As I am changing colours of skin tones from the actual, or from the way it was when I bought the models, or bought the game rather. I don't see the point of repainting it and repainting it exactly the same way as it looked when it came out of the box. I want to do my own thing with it, so therefore I'm doing my own thing with it. Call me awkward, I prefer to call it individual. As I said though, it's your own take on this. You know, I'm not expecting anybody else doing this to follow exactly how I've done it. I wouldn't expect you to, and in a way I wouldn't want you to. I'd rather you decide, well, I don't like that colour, I'll use this colour instead. Because all I want to do is just show you how I paint, how I do it, and hopefully encourage a few people to take up the hobby of painting the models. This is a fun, relaxing hobby. Yeah, it takes a little practice, but once you've got there, you've got there. You can go as far. Like I keep saying, you can do as much or as little as you want. So as I'm concerned, there's no right or wrong way of painting a model. You do it your way. And all you can do then is say, okay, I've painted this figure, I've done it this way, and if anybody says that's a good idea and they try it, they don't like that way, and they try their own way, then that's fine, that's how it's supposed to be. You find your own way, you find things the way it makes you comfortable. The idea is you enjoy this. Make it part of the hobby. Painting the figures, make it part of the hobby. Then you can look at all these figures and say, I do that. I'm not quite sure whether he's wearing any trousers or not, but I'm going to say yes, he is. So I'm not going to paint his legs. Okay, so that's head and arms done. I'm going to go into the Rhinox hide now as per usual for doing the base of leather. When I can find it, I'll do it that way anyway. Where are you? Are you Rhinox hide? You're Rhinox hide. Alrighty then. So we've got, I'll do his gloves, then his boots. By the look at this, on top of this glove there is like a wrist guard, so I'll do that in a different brown just to make it stand out a little bit more. It's the same over here as well, so I'll do them both the same. Oops, I've missed some of the flesh, but I can sort that out again when it comes to highlighting. In fact, the wash might cover that bit up. There we go. And there's boots. Doesn't look as though there's anything metal on this fella, so I don't think there's any need for the tin bits. Oh, there's the buckle on his belt there, but I can just do that in bolt gun metal. I can go over the whole belt in this Rhinox hide and then go over it again in bolt gun metal. Yeah, that's not a problem. No need to make life tricky for yourself. Is that done? So I'll just go over the belt now. I think I'm going to leave him with black pants. I might give him just for a change, a blue or a green top. I think I might go for green actually. Khaki green. Okay, so there's quite a bit of the wereboar done. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to try to give him a green top, and I'm going to first use the undercoat or the base coat of Castellan green, which is a standard for me, as you know. So let's get this on, and it's all over just the top. We're not doing the fur, that we're going to be doing in greys. We just want to do the top he's wearing, which actually comes down below his belt. As you can see, there's not, this model doesn't seem to be a very good mould, unfortunately, even judging by the actual photograph I took if you take notice at the just after the titles, when it shows the slideshow of the models, it's not really a fantastic mould for this figure. The face looks quite flattish, and this like made up. They've tried to make it something with the painting rather than actually get a decent mould and just paint the areas of the moulding. But never mind, we'll see what we can do. It may just hopefully be a one-off bad mould. Hopefully as well the Agrax Earthshade, when I put that over, is going to pick out some of the details so we can see better. But there's the main parts done. I think I've changed my mind about the trousers. I'm not going to leave them black, I'm going to do them, I think, dark flesh. You may get the feeling I'm using the same colours over and over again. There's a good reason for that. I'm using the same colours over and over again. Not that I'm lazy, not that I'm running out of paint, and not that I don't want them to look bright or anything like that. What I'm trying to, but the effect that I want to give is so it's like a rustic feel, something that's quite dirty and filthy, as I've said before. Plus I want to tie everything in together, so using the same colours for the majority of it won't do that. If you want to paint an army, you don't want to be painting one soldier purple, another soldier pink, another soldier red, another soldier green. You're painting an army, a faction, so you want to tie them in together. So you want the majority of the colours to be the same. I don't say about individuality, but you want the majority of the colours the same. Obviously, do a few details different. Change a few of the colours in one particular figure. Like in this one I've put green in, I've not used green before. But because I'm using Rhinoxide, I'm using the dark flesh that I've used on other figures, it'll fit in. There we go, that looks, oops, missed a bit of that there. Missed there as well. And there, whatever that may be. Bit of a lumpy bit. See the docs about that if I were you some. There we go. So I'm just going to go over some of his arms. I'm just going over his arms again with the vermin brown, because I'm not too happy with the way it's covered. So once I can find the vermin, once I find what I've done with the vermin brown, I'll do that. Is that it there? And that's it there. Okay. So oops, I've gone right up. Didn't realise I've gone into the pot so deeply then. Trying to correct the mistakes I've made with the Rhinoxide, and then I go and paint over the Rhinoxide. Fool. Never mind. Never mind. There we go. So that's what I wanted to get across. But that's that. So what I won't do now is I shall give it a oh, just noticed there's bits on his head that needs touching up as well. Let's try and get that done. There we are. I've painted some of the skin parts green because I missed out on them. Because I didn't notice I'd missed it. I might have sorted now. Okay, so that's him done. Just give him a few minutes now. And then give him a wash with the Agrax Earthshade. First what I'll do before I do that is just go over the fur bit on his top with the fang. I'm just going to build it up into greys. I don't want this a very dark colour, so I'm going to use the fang not to pick out any detail. I'm going to use it as a base coat. So here we go. Just a little bit different, that's all. Just for a change. Have grey fur instead of brown. So this is the base coat for it. So once this is dried, I'll be going over all of it with Agrax Earthshade, and then I can pick out the detail later on with paler greys going into white. That looks right for the time being. Well, it doesn't look right, but it looks done. So we'll just give that a few moments. And then when I come back, it will be washed with the Agrax Earthshade. I'm not going to carry on showing you all that step, because once you've seen one wash with Agrax Earthshade, you've seen all the washes with Agrax Earthshade. So what I did with the last two figures, I was taking this up to this stage of all base coated. Then off camera, I'll do the Agrax Earthshade wash. I can do that while I'm uploading, or while I'm converting and uploading. Not converting this and uploading. It can be drying, and then when I come back, I can start highlighting. So until then, take care, God bless, and bye for now.